on Sky News Business. This is Business Class.
Hi, I'm James Wilkinson and welcome to Business Class. Today's show is coming to you from Maui in the beautiful Hawaiian Islands. Before we show you some top spots on the island, here's this week's travel news. In travel news this week, Australia's largest and leading hotel industry awards night was held in Sydney on Friday night. The 2018 HM Awards, which are now in their 16th year and were presented by Sealy Posturepedic for the 10th straight year, recognise hotel and accommodation excellence across Australia, New Zealand and the South Pacific. Over 750 industry executives and leading suppliers attended the gala event at ICC Sydney, which saw more than 70 awards handed out in 47 categories. Key winners on the night included Park Hyatt Sydney, which took out the Luxury Hotel Award, Wailea on Hamilton Island, which was named Resort of the Year, Hilton Sydney and Sheraton on the Park, which jointly won the Business Hotel of the Year Award, Brisbane's Ovolo Inchcombe, which won the Hotel Interior Design Award, Sofitel Sydney Darling Harbour, which won the Best New Hotel and the Australasian Hotel of the Year Awards, Hyatt Regency Sydney, which won Bar of the Year for Zephyr, Next Hotel Brisbane and Sky Suites Parramatta, which won the Tech Hotel of the Year Award, the Reese Hotel in Queenstown, which won the Best New Zealand Hotel of the Year. Brand of the Year was won by Hilton Hotels and Resorts, and the company's CEO Christopher Nazetta also won the Service to the Industry Award. Chain of the Year was won by Intercontinental Hotels Group and Marriott International, while the Hoteliers of the Year were Simon McGrath from Accor Hotels and Girish Junjunjwala from Ovolo Group. The awards are set to return for their 17th year in 2019. In hotel news, Australia's most iconic food markets are set to be the home of a cool new boutique property following the announcement that Hotel Indigo Adelaide Markets will open in 2020. The 16-storey boutique hotel on Market Street, which will shortly commence construction, will be the first Hotel Indigo in Adelaide and the 6th on the way for the brand in Australasia. In airline news and still in the festival state, Singapore Airlines has announced that Adelaide will be the launch destination for its first Airbus A350-900 fitted with the all-new medium-haul cabin products. Launching on December 18, the flight will be operated by the two-class 303-seat A350-900, providing South Australian customers first access to an unparalleled level of comfort and technology. The new A350-900 medium-haul aircraft is equipped with the airline's recently launched new medium-haul business class and economy class cabin products and features 40 seats in business and 263 in economy. The business class cabin boasts a 1-to-1 seating arrangement, providing every customer with direct aisle access. In a boost for business travellers, customers will also have access to the new high-speed in-flight Wi-Fi service aboard the A350-900. Next month, Singapore Airlines will take delivery of the world's first A350-900 ultra-long-range aircraft, which will be used to restart non-stop flights between Singapore and Newark. Virgin Australia has announced that plastic straws and stirrers have been removed for its in-flight and lounge operations. The move will see more than 260,000 plastic straws and 7.5 million plastic stirrers every year removed from aircraft and lounges, and they're replaced with paper straws and bamboo stirrers. Virgin Australia General Manager of Group Sustainability Rob Wood said introducing paper straws and bamboo stirrers will have a positive impact both in the air and on the ground. In the Northern Hemisphere, British Airways is making a multi-million-pound investment in its short-haul business class cabin, Club Europe. The spend is part of the airline's current £4.5 billion investment plan and will focus on enhanced food and drink. From tomorrow, September 12, the airline will introduce new menus with improved recipes and signature warm breads. Launch options include Herefordshire roast beef, British pork sausages and mash, and a celebration of British cheeses. One of the coolest hotels in the Hawaiian Islands is the Andaz Maui at Wailea. Let's check in now. Darren, we're here at the beautiful Andaz Resort, Maui in Wailea, and what really makes this property so special in your opinion?
I think it all comes down to the people. You know, the staff that we have here, we really treat this as our home. And so the whole idea behind this resort, first of all, in the design was, it was meant to feel more like a high-end or modern home as opposed to a large, big hotel or resort. So I think we carry across that through the welcome to truly make our guests feel like they are at home when they're here.
And as we can see right now, very open lobby. It's just got so much beautiful air coming in. There are guests sort of walking around. It doesn't feel very formal.
Exactly. You know, I think that one of the things that work really well here, especially with the Andaz brand, but in a location like Maui, is people want a very nice product, a high level of service, but they really want maybe more of an intimate feel. So getting back to it, you know, we're in the lobby or the lounge in Andaz Talk, but truly this is the living room of the resort. So people are welcome to relax and enjoy as they wish. And
you've got several pools. You've also got a great beach down here as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think, you know, visually we're probably most known for our infinity pools. We have 3 beautiful cascading infinity pools down to a large lagoon pool, and then actually a 5th pool, which is also an infinity that's adults only. And then we sit on Makapu Beach, which is absolutely stunning here in Wailea.
Maui is home to some of the world's best produce. Let's now head in the kitchen and talk food with the executive chef at the Andaz Maui at Wailea, Isaac Benkako. Chef, thanks so much for your time today. We're here at the beautiful Andaz in Maui, and increasingly a part of the United States that's becoming well known for its local produce, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we're right in the heart of Maui, and there's no better place than Maui to be growing multiple different varieties of produce. We have the most microclimates right here in the world, right here in Maui.
And there seems to be quite a lot of resorts along here all seem to be trying to outdo themselves in terms of using as many local farmers as possible, which can only be a good thing, really, can't it?
Well, you know, it's great for the guests, of course, coming to our resorts, but it's great for the farmers and the local economy. You know, and everybody wants to be just like Andaz, you know? So.
And if you look at sort of what you're doing on the menu, tell us a few fun things you're doing here with your menu at the Andaz.
Yeah, so Ka'ana Kitchen, our signature restaurant, is a breakfast and dinner outlet. And we do, for both services, we do about 85% local produce, and you'll see them strung through each and every menu. In addition to that, not only produce, but we do source all of our fish locally. My favorite is our kona kampachi from right here in Hawaii. It's an amberjack, nice, clean, oily fish, very versatile. And I know in Australia there's a lot of amberjack as well. So, you know, very familiar flavors there.
And obviously, with an abundance of seafood so close by, tell us about the vegetable side of things. Obviously, there's some amazing farms very close to here.
Yeah, you know, Oprah has her farm here. We do use that as well as a couple select farmers, but they are a boutique farm. Okoa Farms up in Kula is great. CN Farms produces great leafy greens. One of my favorite lettuce farms is actually a hydroponic farm called Waipoli Farms up in the about 4,000 feet of elevation in Kula. And they do everything you know, the right way with nutrient-rich hydroponic system. And the best part about them is it's not soil grown, so they're extremely clean. They sit about 4 feet off the ground. So bugs, insects, and all that we're all safe from, so it's great.
That's fantastic. And you look at sort of the evolution then of the healthy eating, and which is really going through the roof at the moment, isn't it? Tell us a few things you're doing here on the healthy concept.
Yeah, I think you know, everybody wants to eat healthy, and even when they're on vacation, believe it or not, that people like to eat healthy. But you know, I mean, to me, being healthy is having a well-balanced meal. And healthy to me also means being safe. And when you do source locally, meaning close to you, you know, we know our farmers and we keep in constant contact with them. And there's no safer food to eat than right here on Maui and sourcing it right here. And then on the health side, you know, it's well-balanced meals. There's fresh fish, obviously, that are much healthier than the pork and the, you know, I love Kobe beef, but it's not that good for you. So we do like to mix up the menus. We do have on both spectrums Kobe beef as well as ahi, as well as some great vegan items as well. So you know, if you want to eat healthy or you want to splurge a little bit, we have that as well here at Andaz.
And you do something fun called Bitters and Bites. Tell us about that.
Bitters and Bites is a great program where we mix mixology with some of our great local fare and some of our great food right here in Ka'ana Kitchen. And it really allows our mixology program and our great mixologists to get creative and pair their cocktails with some of our food, which, you know, in traditional standards, normally we'd be pairing wine or even beer or sake in Japan, but it's great for our mixologists and our chefs to get creative and collaborate together.
It is very much garden to glass now as well, isn't it? Really coming full circle, not just food but drinks as well.
Yeah, I mean, mixologists are really chef dropouts. You know, it's all they all want to be chefs, and it's great, you know, because it really pushes chefs nowadays to expand their horizon as far as ingredients and pairings. You know, you see a lot, but chefs now use bitters in their cooking. You know, Caribbean curry was famous for having Angostura bitters in their curry cooking, and you know, now Angostura is famous for being in old fashions. That's how I know Angostura. So, but yeah, it's both for the whole, both great for the mixology side as well as the food side, but the whole industry, for sure.
What's your favorite thing about this resort?
The people. Yeah, the people by far. You know, the resort is great. The bones of it are amazing. It's very well built. The views are incredible. You can see whales during January, February in peak season right here, right off the shores. But it's truly the people, the guests that come far and wide from every country. And you know, we do get a lot of domestic travelers here. But you know, Australians and people from New Zealand. They're some of my favorite because their palates much aligned with chefs. They're very well diverse, and their palates just are accustomed to eating good food. You know, Tetsuya's in Sydney is one of my favorite restaurants, and so he kind of put East-West cuisine really on the forefront. And I think people that have paved the way culinarily have really set that bar, and we're just kind of following in their footsteps here in Maui. So.
Watching Business Class on Sky News Business. Welcome back to Business Class.
At the southern end of Wailea is the luxurious Fairmont Lani Resort, which is also well known for local produce. Let's go in the kitchen now and talk food with Executive Chef Tai Lun Pang. Chef, thank you so much for your time today. We're here at the Fairmont Lani, a place that you know very well. You've been here for about 22 years.
Yes, 22 wonderful years. Amazing place, amazing building, and most of all, amazing people in the resort.
What are some of your favorite things about the resort here? It's an all-suite and all-villa property.
All suite, all villa, very family friendly. The rooms are spacious. You can put a family of 3 comfortably in there.
And you've got so many great swimming pools and beautiful gardens as well, and gardens where you've got lots of produce sitting in too, Chef.
We have a herb garden, we have tropical citrus fruit growing, calamansi, the pools, we have an adult pool, we have a pool with a slide for children, we have a main pool with a little infant pool, so you can do like a wading pool. The families love us.
And given you're a very family-friendly resort, obviously the cuisine has to be very family-friendly as well. Is that a bit of a fun challenge for you?
Yeah, the cuisine is always fun. We have many different people that come through the building, but we like to feature our culture and share our culture through the cuisine. And so far, I believe we're very successful.
Tell me about your food philosophy here. It's very much farm to table and obviously plantation to plate too, isn't it?
Yes, at Cole Restaurant, we feature ethnic groups from the plantation era. Chinese, Japanese, Filipino, Korean. So it makes for an amazing palette of cultures to choose from. Our food we source from farmer, rancher, fisherman. There are so many varieties. You can drive up country. There's great cattle on the slopes. We have goat dairy that's making cheese and goat's milk and truffles. Our farmers are growing strawberries, produce, mangoes, amazing. We have so much variety available in the islands.
But even where we are now at Code Restaurant, seeing the variation of the menu here, which has so many different influences on this menu, you can see that even through the Portuguese buns that you have to start with before you eat.
Yes, we wanted to put all those little nuances from Portuguese buns, Korean rice crackers, spicy sauce for dipping, lavender honey from upcountry to smear on those beautiful Portuguese buns. We had so much fun, you know. Our farmers and fishermen, they're really out there sourcing things for us and making things happen. They're more than just farmers and fishermen. They're actually friends. They're community for us.
And how important is it then to find the great producers? Then you obviously have to go on a bit of a mission all the time to make sure you're finding the great farmers and producers, aren't you?
We always keep our ears out. We always look for new ideas and sources. Someone is growing baby watercress right now, and it's coming through aquaponics. And in the water is actually trout growing on Maui, up country. So that will be soon a new source for us to take from. We have oysters growing, we have fish coming from the Big Island. It's amazing abundance.
And what are some of your favorite things right now to cook with this month, Chef?
I actually think the moi that's coming from the farms, it's our Hawaiian king's fish. It was fish of the kings. It's sweet, delicate. Mangoes are in season. Rambutan is here. Lilikoi, which is passion fruit. Amazing, amazing. Dragon fruits are actually out on the market too.
The Hawaiian Islands are synonymous with tropical drinks. Let's now head into the bar at the Fairmont Lani and talk cocktails with head bartender Aaron Mosley. Aaron, we're here at Luana at the Fairmont Lani in beautiful Maui in Hawaii, and a bit of a haven for tropical drinks at this hotel, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, we have a lot of guests who are just waiting to get off the plane and can't wait to have their first tropical drink, especially in Hawaii. And for most of them, it is synonymous with just delicious, refreshing ingredients. And really delicious cocktails that incorporate ingredients that they normally don't use at home.
There's more to Hawaiian tropical drinks than the Mai Tai, isn't there?
Absolutely. I mean, the Mai Tai is, if anything, sort of the epitome of what people expect next to the pina colada for cocktails. But the fun thing about tropical drinks is we have the ability to pull in really cool ingredients that you won't find anywhere else too. Things like cherimoya, things like jackfruit. Obviously, pineapple is kind of king here, but they lend for some very interesting flavors that our guests really enjoy, and for them it's what creates these memories. It creates the idea of I'm on an island in the Pacific, as opposed to just my apartment or city where I come from, and that's the beauty of it too.
And it's also very hard to find a decent Mai Tai, funnily enough, outside of Hawaii. Is there something in the water here? I
think it's just the vibe. You know, as I like to say, half the people on this island are visiting, so they're really happy. The other half live here, so we're pretty happy too.
Now you're going to make a drink for us, and it's not a Mai Tai, it's called a chakalaka.
Chachalaka, yes. So obviously we do make a lot of Mai Tais, and at this particular bar, we like to make the original 1944. However, my colleague Chris and I, we came up with a fun recipe for another variation on a kind of classic tiki drink known as the Jungle Bird. Typically, the drink itself is done with a dark Jamaican rum, pineapple juice, lime, and this really lovely digestive called Campari.
Cool.
Right here. So what we did as a spin is the chachalaka first is a bird native to Oaxaca, so western Mexico, so it's a western or Oaxacan jungle bird. So instead swapping in a little bit of a different base spirit on it. Should I go ahead and make it for you?
Love to hear it, yeah,
Awesome.
Love to see it.
Great. I'm going to start off with a nice, lovely serving vessel here, kind of a larger goblet. And our first thing is, whereas instead of the dark Jamaican rum, we're going to be using a mezcal, which is a spirit commonly found in Oaxaca area. Still made from agave, not tequila necessarily. It can be made from a number of different succulents, but has a particular smoky flavor to it, created just from the process of how they roast the agave in the first place. Kind of like here in the emus, they make these, they cook the pigs in those big stone earth pits with all the lava rock, so they use a similar style with the agave, so it gets that sort of smoky flavor to it as well. Sticking true to the roots of the cocktail, we're going to put in a little bit of this Campari. A lot of people say it's sort of a grapefruit flavor, a little bitter too, a little bit of sweetness. One of my favorite ingredients for tropical cocktails, velvet falernum and almond spice liqueur. Lots of clove, allspice, sometimes some cinnamon in there too, lime zest, lemon zest. Some fresh lime juice. One of our favorite ingredients here, which is a grilled pineapple shrub. So we take an overripe pineapple, slice it up, put some nice grill marks on there too, blend it up into some sugar, let it macerate for a day, and then cut it with a part of vinegar. So it's sort of acidic, real sort of charcoal, lovely cooked flavor to it, and then a dash of some allspice bitters. A lot of the tropical cocktails, especially too, benefit from the use of crushed ice, not just the typical chipped ice most people see, rather the finer sort of style of it too, just because it allows for the maximum aeration and the proper dilution for these styles of cocktails. So we'll be using the same here today. And this we're going to just dump straight into the glass. So it's nice and frosty on the outside there too. And can add a little more ice to the top just to make it look deliciously full. And as a lot of good tropical drinks, some lavish garnish, if you will. So I'm incorporating some pineapple fronds, a little dehydrated pineapple in there too, a little dehydrated lime, and as most people love a nice little flower in their drink as well. There you have it. One of our current favorites on the Luana list, the Chachalaca.
Wonderful, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks for joining me here today.
Well, that's it from us in Maui. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Business Class.